it's a good time and a good year to start the year with my favorite.
Oh, you are also my favorite.
But Rakul, we spoke last. And we've been speaking a lot over the last year. How has it been this past year? And also, I feel you've become the face of socio-cultural issues.
Oh, nothing like that. Only one more film was,
Yeah, but it's really nice.
It's a good thing, but I want to do everything. I want to do the social issues as well, and I want to do the nachkana, masala, and thumkas and all of that.
But how has the year been, honestly, for you, as a professional and also personally?
The year's been great. I think, irrespective of how your films do at the box office, because that's a complete different conversation. But I think we've got a lot of credibility for each film, whether it was Runway, whether it was Dr. G, the kind of love that's come in, even like now at the year ending, how they have these top 10 films of the year and films that deserve to possibly do more. So even to be mentioned there and appreciated as films that made a difference, or they were well-made films, it's great. It's a great feeling, and I'm very proud of each film in a sense that these are subjects that were exciting for me, and just getting an opportunity to do a variety and a versatility. Each film being different from one another. I think that's very important for me. So it's been a great year, and I'm very happy that the year is kickstarting with Chatriwali. I mean, what better than either you should be shooting in the first month of the year, or you should be promoting a film. So nothing better than that.
I think you're doing both. But it's amazing. When I saw the trailer, I was like a top commercial female actor headlining a topic like this, which would normally have been done by a man, and it would have become a sex comedy, because we do not like to talk about sex, despite the fact that we have a population explosion in our country. What was it when they came to you to headline this role and play this character that made you say, yes, I am doing this?
When I read the script, there are certain things that you, somewhere in the back of your mind, right? We know, or we are aware of. But when it came to me as a script, and it highlighted the issues that women face due to unsafe sex, which even in the trailer, it says that this is a problem that nobody wants to talk about. Har ghar ki kahani hai. Nobody talks about the miscarriages or the abortions a woman's body can handle. Absolutely. It's like, if you've gotten pregnant, abort kara lo. Ya miscarriage ho jayega, because of multiple abortions already. So the kind of emotional, physical, mental trauma it is for a woman, nobody talks about that. So for me, the script was, I just felt that it's something important that needs to be, highlighted in a very nice way, in a family entertaining way. And me, like for me, the biggest thing is I should be able to watch a film with my parents. And I've been saying this over and over again, that it's highlighting an issue which is taboo, but the film is not. The film has every dialogue that you can watch with your family. There's nothing cringeworthy, there is no explicit scene, there's no kissing, there's nothing. It is a biological conversation that we're having. I truly believe ये जो line है ना, optional नहीं, compulsory है. Life में sex का option तो किसी के पास नहीं है.
सही में.
ठीक है, आप पढ़े लिखे हो कि आप नहीं हो, so फिर उसकी education का क्यों है?
I agree with you on that.
So I feel at least like even in the rural or the tier 2, tier 3 cities, the women should be aware at least, of the damage it does to them in times of unsafe. So that was the reason, and I thought it's something which was important to be spoken about. But it is on the forefront, it's a very entertaining film. So through entertainment, if you can understand something, then it's great.
I mean, we haven't seen a female condom, tester as of now in our, filmy narratives, but it's great. But then you do realize a lot come in thinking, what's a sex comedy? Let's just discuss sex and nothing else, which they don't realize.
Yeah. A lot of people, it was so funny that actually before the trailer came out, or the people around you, so people already think, acha, now that you're doing a film like this, be very careful with what you say and what is. So I'm like, firstly, what is a film like this? If you can talk about mental health through a film, you can talk about physical health, emotional health, why not sexual health?
Absolutely.
It's the only way itni abadi badi hai. It's the only way you and I have come into this world.
True.
It is science. It's nothing beyond that. It's our minds that make it vulgar. It's science.
Absolutely.
And what we are talking in the film is pure science. And even when she's a condom tester, she's actually a chemistry expert. You know, you see all those formulas piche. So that's why she's a quality control head, because kya plastic jayega, kya rubber hai, kya tensile strength hai. You know, it's as practical, I mean, and normal as that for her character. So yeah, it's just, I think it's high time we speak about the ill effects and speak about be responsible citizens and not brush topics under the carpet, you know.
So as I told you, I was watching a drama where the hero very sweetly gets sanitary napkins for his girlfriend in the drama because she said, I have a cramp.
Yeah.
I have not seen that in our narratives yet. I think we should normalize
I think
that.
Padman was one of
Yeah,
those.
Padman, but again, it became a social-cultural.
Correct.
Yeah, but this was
Correct.
a commercial show where she was like, yeah, and he said, this just normal.
Yeah, but that's how normal it needs to be. I don't know why even a period is a taboo. Yeah. It's very sad. Everything to do with women and their biology ends up becoming a taboo.
Taboo or titillate people.
Yeah, but it's not meant to titillate people.
Yeah.
It's not meant to sensationalize anything. This film is not that. It's an entertaining film. It's a family film. It's a family drama, precisely, you know. And even Sanya is not someone who was born with this idea कि मैं तो देश बदलूंगी. It's the drama that unfolds in her life and the circumstances that she comes through, and she realizes, no, but this is not done. Someone needs to speak about it.
True.
You know. So yeah, and you know, actually coming to think of it, our textbooks had it.
Yeah, but
Right?
class mein also everyone looked at each other.
But that means somewhere something is wrong. If there was no reason to teach us about our biology, then they won't have the reproductive organ chapter. But I remember that even in 9th standard, I think we get introduced to it. Even when we had it, and sorry, but even I possibly at that point was like one of the kids giggling, ki bunk kar lete hai, kyun jana hai class mein. Because we are possibly conditioned like that.
Absolutely.
You know, until we as the future for tomorrow start treating it as normal as it is. So I feel if there was a need, if people think that it needs to be a part of the curriculum, or we also had sex education class in school, you know, so I'm sure the educational system believes that this education needs to be imparted. But somewhere I think we just make it a big hush-hush topic, whereas it's normal.
But it's nice that people like you are speaking up. And also I like the fact that people like you are also speaking up about other things, you know, the way things are now. Is it a conscious effort? Because I've seen actors like you just calling out a spade is a spade, whether it's false rumors, headlines written. Do you think it's really high time that you put yourself...
You know, but the thing is, I'm always on a confusion note when it comes to that. There are times I've called out in the beginning a few years back. And then I realized that when you call out someone who's absolutely nameless and identityless on social media, you're actually giving that person a lot of importance, right? And I cannot control what people are thinking. And trust me, there are endless rumors. Sometimes to an extent that there is negative truth to it. Like there's zero truth to it. Nobody verifies, nobody checks, nothing happens. So then you're like, you know, I'm not answerable to so many people who are just writing trash. There are people who write good also. So let me just grasp the good and just put blinders on for the negative. And people who know me, and people who matter know the reality. And honestly, I think people who follow my work and the fans and the love that I've been getting for so many years, even those people would know the kind of person that I am, and that's why the love has continued. So for those one-odd random people, I have stopped just reacting.
But do you also, like, this is a question, like I was just discussing with someone who was an expert. I said, you know, we thrive on reading about celebrity gossip because it's not happening to you, it's someone else's life. One kind of removes that aspect that there are also people, maybe they also get upset.
Of course.
I don't know how this mindset, how to explain it to people.
I agree. I can't agree more. And of course it is upsetting. We're as human, and I keep saying this, that what we do is not who we are. What we do is a part of our profession. I am a girl who likes to act. Doesn't mean I'm acting 24/7. I am a normal girl who has my friends, who has my personal life, my parents, my family. So of course they get affected.
Yeah.
If something wrong or nasty is written about me, they also get affected. And I've over the years become very strong. You know, you become like a.
So how strong can one get? It does affect.
It affects, of course, it affects, but it'll not take away my peace of mind. It'll affect me in a day, for a day or 2 days. I mean, few days. But then I bounce back, and I'm like, you know, I believe in that saying: people who tried to bury me didn't know I was a seed. So that's my motto for life. But I think it's my mother who gets most affected, because they are very insensitive. ये लिख दिया, वो बोल दिया, ये कर दिया. I'm like, Mom, now you need to stop reading Google. Like, don't go on Google and search for news, okay? Like, stop doing that. So I think it's okay. I mean, there's a difference in being a public figure in a public property. And I think once we understand that difference, we'll start valuing the emotions of actors also.
I hope that day does come. It just seems that our, tabloids thrive on that.
Yeah,
and social media.
We just need to stop, like, we can just hope that day comes.
Absolutely. And also, for somebody who's charted her path, how you started, not many know that she's a math graduate. She's great with numbers. So, I mean, are you the person who handles numbers at home and everything?
Not at all. I only handle the numbers when it comes to, when you go on a holiday with friends. So they give me the bank job. Ki theek hai, ye split karenge, ye restaurant. And it's the worst. After 5 days, they're like, Rakul, just do that. Because we split or Dutch. Yeah. And that's a policy in our group. So they literally, it's the funniest thing that they're like, Rakul. So I'm like, ये करने के लिए मैथ नहीं किया था मैंने कि तुमने 10,000 दिए, तुमने 15, अब मैं इक्वल करूँ, कौन किसको कितना देगा. But I end up doing that on trips.
अपनी फिल्मों का बॉक्स ऑफिस भी
नहीं, वो तो हमारे पास तक हमें आता ही नहीं है ना, तो वो तो हमको I mean that's a completely different department. And then I use numbers for counting calories. I think that's the only place I use numbers now.
I believe you. Look
yeah,
at her.
yeah.
But it's amazing how you charted your own path, which has been your biggest learning and an experience that in this decorated career. I mean, you are truly the pan-India word I have to get in. वो बहुत ही वो है थका हुआ एक word. But truly, an actor is an actor. But which is one experience. Now, when you look back, you really don't ever want to re-experience.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
Of course, there would be experiences which would be tough, and when you set out to carve a new path which nobody from your family has done, then you know that it's going to be a tough road. It's an uphill task. But at the same time, I feel now when I look back, I feel that those hardships only make you stronger. Mm-hmm. And there is no place for someone who is not emotionally and mentally strong in showbiz. I feel it's not there. You cannot be being a Fauji's daughter. Yeah. So the first thing, there's no space. Forget showbiz. There's no space at home. My dad will first say, "Come on, you gotta just lift up your mood." There have been times if I'm like feeling a little low, he's like, "Did you go to the gym? Just go to the gym. You'll feel better." ऐसे नहीं करते, अरे हम लोग इतने लोगों को ये करते थे, वो करते थे. So I just feel that that environment comes from home also. So you really have to be a tough cookie. And so I don't feel any experience I should not have had, because those experiences have only shaped me into the person that I am today. So I cherish them for the strength they gave me.
And also, it's a very tough industry, to survive. What has been your survival tactic? Like, if you were to tell someone, when there are films, you're signed up, you're suddenly dropped, then there's something written, all that.
So all that happens, but there's also the good side. So I always look at the good side, the good times. Yeah. So you always look at the good times, because it's not just our industry, it's life. Life for everybody will have hardships. Life is meant for your soul to sort of learn and unlearn and have its own journey. So either you can be a pessimist and look at this didn't happen, or you can just look into the future and say, what do I do to do what I really want to do?
Yeah.
And I survive by that motto. I don't look into the past. I'm in the present thinking about the future 24/7. What am I doing next? What is this? Should I reach out to this person? So I think the passion, the drive, you can't let that go. And the desire to work hard, respect your work, respect time. I think for me that is very important.
You're very punctual, everyone says
today
that.
I was 15 minutes late because my flight was 45 minutes late.
So I was
jaldi ready karo. I cannot be late, So I just feel that when you are doing your things in a righteous way, the universe will make it happen.
Awesome. And another thing that really appeals me about you is the work-life balance. You know, I never delve into the personal aspect, but you chose to tell people like, yes, I have a partner, but that's it, because you
Yeah.
did not want that voyeurism, but that does continue. How do you maintain that balance? Because there seems to be more focus on the personal rather than the professional.
But that's a few people,
Okay.
you know, and if they ask me those questions, I refuse to answer because, you know, again, we sort of like to sensationalize. I mean, it's the most normal thing for a human being to have a partner. Most normal. Again, life में कुछ करे ना करे, partner तो सबका ही होता है, you know. So for me, I'd rather not have people speculate,
Yeah.
but give that respect to my relationship that this is a fact. Do I want to sensationalize the fact? No. This is a fact of my life, and that's about it. And then I think people have spoken enough about the work and let
Yeah.
my films do the talking, and that's about it. You know, when I don't want to talk, I don't talk.
Chalo, awesome. And so let's just make this lighter. So if you were invisible, what is that one thing you would do?
Oh, if I was invisible, do I gain weight while being invisible? No, na, then I'd eat everything. Like eat. I'm invisible. दिखेगा ही नहीं.
आपको
I'd
दिखता भी
eat
नहीं
and
है.
eat and eat in the time that I'm invisible. मुझे और किसी की life से क्या लेना देना है?
Wow, I see all those pictures, but I'm sure आप सूंघते हो वो
नहीं,
खाना.
I eat and then I'm like, oh no, shit.
She's actually the fittest one I've come across. Okay, we asked about, what is your idea of a good time, since you're speaking to Good Times?
Idea of a good time is just all the time for me.
Wow.
You know, because if you are letting anything let you have a good time, then there's something wrong. Because you don't give anything or anybody that power to let you not have a good time in life in general.
Which is the nicest thing that you've done for your partner and he's done for you?
Oh, nice.
Or maybe the best gift that you gave your partner and he gave you?
Not a gifts people. We're both not a gifts people. I think we're more about finding time for one another because both of us have very busy schedules. So I think the nicest thing is to be able to find that time for both of us.
What does Rakul do at duty free?
At duty free? Nothing. I just skip duty free. I don't understand makeup. I don't understand anything to do with...
Girl.
Yeah, I won't eat chocolates. I don't drink. So really nothing at a duty free. Unless it's like an international duty free where there are a lot of bags and all, and I really like, so I'll walk around. And sometimes, this is really funny, but if my transit is very long and I've had a long flight, then I walk in that time. Just I keep walking कि मेरा आधा घंटा walk हो रहा है. I don't do anything at duty free.
Jackyy is a lucky boy. ये spendthrifty नहीं है लड़की.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं है.
Good job. Which is the most expensive thing that you bought for yourself?
The house that I have in Hyderabad.
She's a very, very, very
house
good
is an
girl.
expensive thing. What else now? House is the most expensive. उससे ज़्यादा expensive क्या लोगे आप?
Very sorted girl that you are. What does it
I'm
take
a
to be
tomboy. It's not about sorted. I just don't have the patience for, you know, like beyond what I do to play dress up.
So, I mean, stilettos or sneakers? You'll say sneakers.
Sneakers.
I mean,
Any
this is
day.
a no-brainer.
Usme bhi I'll say white sneakers goes with everything. So my team has to say, no, you cannot. So I'm like, see, 300 days I'm anyways working and doing all of that. The other days that I have with myself, I just want to be in my pajamas, my shorts, my white sneakers and chill.
She's wearing white boots at the moment, but I mean, you're just amazing. Which is one fragrance that you identify with? You know, we all have that one fragrance.
I am a completely oud person, woody oud person. Yeah.
Awesome. And all the very best for Chatriwali.
Thank you so
Any
much.
incident that came to mind when you were doing this film, like in the past, as you said, like we don't talk about our family. It's now normal. If you're sitting, like even if I'm sitting with my brother or someone, I would say all this. Earlier you didn't.
Yeah.
Any memory that came to mind when you were saying, हाँ ये मैंने भी किया, ये ऐसे घर पर भी हुआ था.
Not memory, but मैं एक बात बताती हूँ. You know, when I read the script and it speaks about the ill effects that we started talking about, और ट्रेलर में वो बोलते हैं ना मैं आपके सब क्वेश्चंस आंसर करूँगी. So a lot of people believe that kiss करने से pregnant हो जाते हैं. A lot of kids, like when you're 7th, 8th standard, you are curious, you think like that. And when you're in high school also. So I remembered this one incident actually after I read the script, that there was somebody who popped pills just because she thought that, you know, she was kissing and she'll get pregnant, and she popped 5-6 pills in a period of like whatever 1 month and had to undergo a surgery because the system got washed out or whatever happened. So that is when I was like, यार ये belief तो हमें भी था कभी.
Absolutely.
At some point in life when you were adolescent and around 10th 11th standard कि ऐसा हो जाता है क्या? And because that is available, but education is not available. Pills are randomly available. Anybody can go and buy.
Yeah.
But education is not available. So I felt that it's so important because she harmed herself in the process because she was not aware. And so many other people would be like that. So yeah, I think this has happened with all of us where we've had wrong beliefs of things.
Absolutely. And I wish the men would watch this film too, because usually
I think it's more for the men that if you really care for your women, any man who truly loves his partner will want to protect her.
Absolutely, because they don't buy the condoms. They are the ones who will tell the woman ki tum pill le lo, tum wo kar lo. Usually they've said.
It's sad, no? It's very sad. If the man had to go through that abortion pain.
Yeah. And also, you know, it's funny. I mean, I'm just going to wrap up. It's like Mrs. Jaya Bachchan said in an interview back in the day when they were shooting and they had the period, they had to wrap stuff and not tell anyone on, you know, the set ki, you know, aaj tabiyat kharab hai. I think maybe now actors like you are a little...
Now I think the conversation, not just in actors, I think even outside, a lot of most of my friends are non-actors, and it's a very normal thing that, you know, I'm on my period or I have a bloat or I have a pain. और जिसको भी प्रॉब्लम होती है उससे ये पूछो भाई तुम कहाँ से आए हो, नहीं तो तुम भगवान जी ने बोला था तो तुम आ गए हो, हाँ कि तुम कहाँ से आए हो. It's science, it's nothing else.
Absolutely, but I'm glad you've done this film. And guys, it's not a sex comedy. That's just a look.
It's a family entertainer, guys. Like it's a full family entertainer that you see in this. You see a bhabhi, you see a husband.
जैसे मैं आपको कह रही हूँ ना, सवाल क्या पूछे तो सेक्स के ही सवाल आ गए.
अभी वही तो सोच बदलनी है, वही तो.
Anyways, more power. So what more can we expect in this spectacular year?
So after this, I have 2 more films which I'm shooting for right now, which will be shortly announced.
Awesome. We are looking forward to that.
Thank
And
you.
well, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure to speak to you. Thank
Likewise,
you.
likewise.
Thank you.